Hello and good evening, everyone. It's 5:30 today, and it's 3rd of May today, and it's a special day for deAsra Foundation because we have started this wonderful program starting today, and it's called as Partner Spotlight. So, welcome to Partner Spotlight, and we have some wonderful entrepreneurs and wonderful bunch of women entrepreneurs, and I would say inspiration to all of us. It's called as WWW, Women Who Win. So a very warm welcome on behalf of the deAsra Foundation to Simi, Aarti, and Rachana. Welcome and good evening, all of you.
Thank
you.
Yeah. So it's our pleasure, deAsra's pleasure, to have WWW today as for Partner Spotlight. And let me tell you that it's a special spotlight because it's the first one today. So we have been working with lots of partners, and deAsra Foundation in last 7 years has worked on the ground, जहाँ पे हमने entrepreneurs के साथ उनके needs के लिए भी काम किया है, and now we have also started working with entrepreneur groups and entrepreneur clubs, and many partners who are joining this mission, right? So in that whole idea of how we work with the partners and how we work together towards this mission, there is a lot to learn from the partners, and there is a lot to actually contribute back. So that's why we thought that we will start these activities where we will start chatting over a coffee with and the first one being WWW. So Women Who Win, I in the first place like the name, right? And in my description also I have written that we're going to understand how women entrepreneurs become women who win, because it's just about the title, and it's a wonderful name. So Simi, I'm going to ask a question to you. So Simi is the founder of WWW, and she started this with a vision of bringing women entrepreneurs in the forefront. And today, let me tell you, 20,000 and more than 20,000 women are on this platform selling and buying and doing so many things, and not just entrepreneurship, but I'm sure learning from each other as well. So we want to know more about that. So Simi has more than 25 years of experience in the corporates, and so many things that she's done in the field of finance and whatnot. So Simi, how did you think of starting WWW, and what really made you think of this?
I'm going to share a small story. Thank you for, first of all, I must thank you for inviting us. And this is the first, as you said, live on the platform for women entrepreneurs. What I would like to share here is a small story with everyone, because usually it happens, the success stories you hear is on a rejection. And this is another one. I have been from the corporate world for 23 years, and after taking sabbatical and starting my own entrepreneur journey, I was onto the service industry as an HR consultant. What I realized that it's so difficult to grow, find your business partners, and also find the marketing partners, find the team. So I thought of doing this ISB entrepreneurial program. I also changed cities from Delhi to Mumbai, and it was more difficult again to spread my business in a new city. As women see that they change cities because of the family reasons, because the husband is moving. So similarly, I changed cities. And I was in my comfort zone in Delhi, and in Mumbai, when I started my own venture, I found it very, very difficult. First, I thought of upgrading myself, and I did a program with ISB. That gave me the courage to start, and that's where the whole journey of Women Who Win started. We were in a classroom. I want to share, we were in a classroom, and we were 40 women in a classroom. And the whole 3 months program, what I saw was everyone was supporting each other, helping each other, referring each other. We were from different cities, And that's where when I thought, let's start a platform. We are 40 in this classroom. Let's start with these 40 and let's help each other, because that's where we women, um, I will not talk about women, but all of us, we have the courage to start our entrepreneur journey, but somewhere, there are challenges. We need a support system. We need people around us who are helping us. So that's how I launched Women Who Win in 2014. Again, a very okay, to look back, if I say, when I was presenting it to my mentors, Women Who Win, they said, oh, this will not work. Okay, why would you are an HR consultant, and why would anyone join your community which you are thinking of a networking platform? And I still remember, whenever I talk this line, I remember their faces. They were looking at me and they said, what is she talking about? I sat on it for 8 months. After 8 months, on Women's Day 2014, I just got the courage. I said, I'm going to start it because I needed it. Then anyone else, I just thought I need the platform to network for my business. And I started with this simple vision of connect, nurture, empower. And connecting means networking with each other. Nurturing in our community is helping each other with knowledge, with referrals, with supporting each other. And that's how we empower each other. Not only with financial empowerment, what we give more is the identity, to women. So that's the journey about Women Who Win.
Absolutely. And I would just say that what you ideated in 2014 as Women Who Win, uh, actually the underlying name should be Families Who Win. Because I think that the way an entrepreneur and the way a woman entrepreneur would build her own venture, would definitely be a great inspiration to the entire family. And that's a great thing. So in I would say in 2014-15, along with www, there were so many people thinking all around India that they started various initiatives, deAsra being one of them, similar in age, and now growing together. So it's an interesting thing that many people think about similar ideas at the same time, and these dots get connected. And I'm having a feeling of that sort today. Simi, I would like you to also share with all of us, Aarti's and Rachna's stories, because they are very special. Today's parties. I would say speakers. Aarti being Maharashtra head, and Rachna being advisor and expert coach herself. So it'll be great if you tell how Aarti joined and Rachna joined you, and then over to Aarti and Rachna about their stories.
Yes. So this whole journey then became like organization. So whatever I had learned from the corporate world, I kind of, that was very organized with strategy, with manuals and all. I've kind of replicated the same with a similar vision in this disorganized section which we have created. So I was looking for people with the similar mindset who are there to not only help themselves, but also help the community and, do little extra. So I will start with Rachna, because me and Rachna, being the HR consultants, I placed Rachna in her first job, and that's how we were connected for long years. And here she moved to Mumbai and she wanted to see what I am doing, and she attended one of my events, and she's going to share how it changed her life. So that is, she was purely into her HR consultancy, and she just joined me in this Women Who Win journey. Also about Aarti, I would say there were many women who join us and they say, "Hame kuch karna hai." Okay, so Aarti is one of that example who we nurtured. We gave her what we give. What I want to give a message here is, each one of us, we have the capability, we have the caliber. And when we say hame kuch karna hai, I'm sure in the back of our mind we want to do something, but we just need that little push and we need direction, which Women Who Win and we as a team give to our community members, and Aarti is biggest example. So rest I would like them to share their story. Over to you, Rachna.
Thank you, Aarti, and thank you, Anandji. So I think um, the whole courage of the whole learning of what entrepreneurship is started with Simi, because I was into corporate job, and then Simi reached out to me saying that, let's work together. And that's when I tried for the first time, my hands on entrepreneurship, knowing nothing about it. And that is when we started to work together as HR consultant. And then I have been seeing her. I was still in Delhi when she was in Mumbai, and I was seeing her doing certain things. I wouldn't understand anything, but I would just see the pictures and her getting the awards and stuff. So when I moved to Mumbai, I just spoke to her and I said, whatever you're doing, it just looks really interesting, and can I be part of it? So I started to go with Simi to the meets and all. And starting from me not knowing even ABC of networking, to in the last 7 years journey, how I have gone from understanding to knowing a little bit more, to being involved in the community activity, to being involved into kind of helping lead it, define the vision. We've done that activity together, to now when I look at me kind of helping these women once in a while when they need support, something which I can help them with. It's like an amazing journey. And how I've looked, when I look back, I was good as a corporate person, but this whole new aspect of entrepreneur and what it means and what's that journey and what all you need has happened to me through Women Who Win. So it's a very beautiful journey where it's a lot of learning, and you don't even realize when you have moved from an individual to a person who has been recognized and respected
Yeah,
by so many different people. So that has been beautiful. So now the association with WWW has been about 7 years, but with Simi it's been over 15 years.
amazing. And I'm going to jump in over here with one question, Simi. Uh, it's wonderful how WWW grew, and I think WWW is needed. Uh, right out there. Reason being, many women feel stuck at different stages. Even when they start any sort of venture, right? And starting from challenges that they have at their family level. I've been working with a couple of small network groups where we see that they have to first cross the hurdles of understanding oneself, understanding how they are going to overcome all the challenges or where they feel stuck. So here is a question: what are those areas where they actually feel stuck, and what's your experience been that at what all levels do they feel stuck? I think you're on mute, Sim.
Sorry. So everyone who comes to me, they just say, "Hame kuch karna hai." Okay, so that is the first line. Okay, I tell them, yes, karna hai, but let's have 1 hour session and let's identify what you want to do and what is your skill. So they get stuck with family commitments. They get stuck with log kya kahenge, judgment. My immediate people are watching me. Uh, they don't like me doing growing. They are very curious, but not helping me. Uh, so we all want our immediate people to validate what we are doing and to support. But somehow the irony is that doesn't happen. Okay, so when someone comes to me, I just tell them, no, you are not doing business if you're doing with your family and your friends. You will actually do business if you come with us and launch, and you will get the real feedback and you'll get the real support and even validity. No one is judging you. No one is assessing you. Everyone is there to give you the right review. Whether it's good or bad, we'll be honest. There is no personal agenda here. That's the beauty of it. I take pride. There is no competition. I've seen in the group, as people say, oh, there is cutthroat competition. women are referring similar businesses. They're saying if someone is making pickle, they say, oh, there's another lady in that group who's making another pickle, or cookies, or granola bars, organic stuff. So women are referring. They feel very comfortable in the community because of not being judged.
Absolutely. And
There's just one more thing. I think
sure.
talking about how women get stuck, and that's where I think we've got Aarti here who
Yeah, I
was
was just
stuck. And I think, yeah, it will be really nice to hear her out how she is the live example of how she was stuck there where she was. Yeah,
I
there.
was just about to say that I'm the live example, Anand, for all this. I've been into business since you can say last 20 years. Into a family business, of course, and I was always guided, always given jobs. You know, you do this, you do that, and it was all like all set decisions. You couldn't make your own decisions. You, even if you made, it was not well appreciated, or maybe not accepted or even considered, because the first point comes, यार रहने दो, आप बाद में सोचेंगे, आपकी आइडिया बाद में देखेंगे. So this happens in a family business. So your progress, you are stuck somewhere. You're not happy, because automatically the decision making power, or your thinking power, or the growth, it is restricted somewhere in a family business. So that was my state. So I was with Simi since long. Maybe I was a member of Women Who Win since she started the organization. I directly landed into the group because I was also under the ISB entrepreneur course. So I didn't pay attention. Maybe that time when I started with Simi, that was the time, like I was out. I could get my identity. I understood what Simi is doing, and I was really interested. And Simi just took me in the group with open arms. It was like, welcome. And she understood what it was. I had the ability, maybe I knew what to do, but it was just someone to handhold. And I just started as an admin. It was a very small role. Since last 3 years, I have grown step by step with Simi. It was like I was the admin, then she gave me a little more responsibility. I started handling Mumbai, Delhi, then Pune was there with me always. Then after some time, again, I think uh, my motivation, it was visible to Simi what I could do. So she gave me the responsibility. Just currently, she gave me the responsibility of regional head Maharashtra. And that was like, wow, in just 3 years, um, I got my identity. I could do what I really wanted to. It was like all these years, my passion was left aside. It was not, I was just doing the daily routine, the daily work. You were not, I couldn't explore. I couldn't get a chance. And that chance I got when I came into this group. And
Right.
after that, I made 2 brands. I'm developing, I'm validating them. So it's in process, but that was only after I came into the group.
Amazing. Great to hear that, Aarti. And so it's all about leading yourself into, venturing out and doing certain things upfront. So, uh, what I think is there are certain very intricate leadership qualities that an individual experiences and starts unleashing, I would say, rather than, some are learned, but most of them are unleashed. They are there and they manifest as you grow into these ventures. So, uh, Rachna, question to you. You have been into the advisors role, and you also have been into coaching space and guiding people. So what are those qualities, and I would say what are those actionables? Because at deAsra Foundation we focus a lot on actionables, where we say that here are the resources, here is a resource bank, and we are your journey partner, where you should be able to move ahead. May it be compliance, may it be marketing, may it be digital marketing, may it be going online, so many things. So what are those leadership qualities, and what are those actionables of leadership that a woman entrepreneur should take up?
Okay, it's a good question, Anandji. And the very first thing is you got to understand that leader doesn't mean that you have to have people to follow you. You can be your own leader, and that's when you can lead by example. So I think the very first thing is to have that space, safe space for people around you. As a women entrepreneur, if you want to move, when you are a women entrepreneur, you got, in fact, that is true for almost every startup, every one person business, is that you are your own, manufacturer, you are your own marketer, you are your own, accountant, you are your everything. And you might not be great with everything that is there. So the leadership quality for me is identifying what's my strength and identifying what's not, and reaching out to the people in the community who can help you with what they have. you know that's so identifying that yes, something is missing or something needs to happen, which someone else is having the capability or the skill set. That's one thing. And the other thing is, how you are committed to yourself and you are constantly pursuing it. You cannot be a leader, and the biggest thing I feel, you can be a leader only when you are ready to give, in the journey, when you are helping people together. So if you're sharing knowledge, and if you are once in a while sharing a sample or a taste of your product or service, that makes you a very good entrepreneur and also a leader in that space, because product and service everybody sells, right? But what will
Absolutely.
make people feel that you've got something special or something important is when you, with the right intention, will come out and start to share with people. I think these are certain things, consistency and, willing to learn, willing to fail, and willing to share and ask.
Yeah. And in the entrepreneurial world, we say that, willing to fail and bouncing back fast. So, fast movement even after the mistakes, because there is from the behavioral science point of view, when you think about, the emotional states of people, there is a lot that happens when you fail, and we are afraid of failures. So moving out of that quick and bouncing back is something interesting, and human beings have been given this, I would say, a blessing, that they have this capacity. Everybody has this capacity to bounce back. One needs to find that out. Simi, I'm going to come to you for a question. We all, as entrepreneurs, transited from offline to online selling and buying. And www has a platform that sells, and women buy from there. And I had a look at that platform, and it's amazing. Like, so many products, then you would know who's selling on that platform, and then you can put a cart, and basically you buy as you go and shop. So how did this transition happen, and how is it growing, the current state of this platform, and how is it growing?
I want to share here that so everything what I've done is what I saw that people need it, and there is a need for this. So there has never been a strategy, because Women Who Win was not on a strategy. It was purely built on passion and emotion. So we were aggressive. Since we belong to the corporate world, me and Rachna, we were thinking how to grow next. Now there is a community. Now what to do with this community? We are doing various activities. We are doing exhibitions. We have WhatsApp groups. Women are selling to each other. Then what? So we reached out to corporates, and now we said, let's bring our women products who are genuine products, who are really wanting to grow, reach the corporate world, which is not so easy to. And there's a huge world. There are organizations who have like 5,000 employees, 3,000 employees. So we reached out to corporates, and what they were asking was, who do you refer? So the e-commerce site was purely developed with the objective that let's get the serious one on board onto the marketplace, because we can see their genuine products. The due diligence is done. Even when we share the link with the corporate, they know what this person is all about. There is a storyline there. We also write how she makes the products. They can upload videos. They can upload reviews on their profile. It's a web page for themselves. So it's a marketplace which has a whole identity of that women entrepreneur in one page. And so we don't have to share anything else. We share the link. these women come on board, and we take a small charge on it because they need to be serious ones again. What we realized were that people, if we just send it, and they used to back out. So once a serious one comes on the marketplace, we share the link with the corporate, and they are the ones who should reach the right place. So the whole objective of bringing marketplace was this. Mhm.
Amazing. Rachna has something to say.
Yes, one line about the transition that you asked, RNG. So when 2020 happened, and everyone's business got a hit, and we were constantly thinking what we can do more to help the women. And the biggest challenge we saw the women were facing was they were very scared of online. They were like, dead scared of coming online, and we had to do sessions to help them with that. We had to literally set up their stores, and at times we had to put their products also out, marketing for them. So it was a very rigorous journey for us. And if I see from where we were 2 years back to where we are now, those women who are in their late 50s or maybe early 60s, they were very scared of coming online, and look at how they are doing it now. So it's been a lot of effort of this community in action, and
Yeah.
literally hand holding those women to come onto this platform. So that's how the transition has been beautiful. I think more than where we are today, if I look at the journey, that's very beautiful, very
Absolutely.
challenging but beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have seen that some women have actually even in Pune. So while I'm working in Pune vicinity or ecosystem here in Pune and Maharashtra, they are selling just on one platform, like a social media platform, and they are doing really really well. Uh, so recently, I was talking to one of my entrepreneur friends, and she's been selling saris, Kavita, and she's been selling saris, through Instagram videos and Facebook. So it's almost like I told her that it's time that we write to Meta and tell them that how social media has been really really helpful in actual transactions going up, and how businesses are being set up, and it's all growing very fast. So the speed of this growth is extremely fast, and it's going to come to a point that it's a mixture right now. Right now we are going offline and online, and there is a little bit of dilemma, as Rachana mentioned, about whether to go online, whether it's a right thing, whether it really works. So all this hesitation to actually going online. So this e-commerce platform, Simi, I think what WWW has started is just amazing, right? Arati, while you're leading this Maharashtra region, and you talk to various entrepreneurs, in Pune, around Maharashtra. So, what has been your experience in terms of how city entrepreneurs and otherwise, respond to these ideas of working together for entrepreneurship?
Yeah. Um, it's like I have all the experience. Like Mumbai people are very open. They accept whatever we ask them. They are very accepting to new things. Whereas maybe one of our member is from Sangli. If I talk to her about getting her things on our platform, or she is in the group, but to getting it on her marketplace and spending little to get on board, she is very reluctant. She is like, kaise hoga, kaise karungi. She's already doing it. Since 3 years, I've been watching her doing it, but she is reluctant.
Right,
Acceptance of the new, I think this the need of the hour today is online business.
right,
So accepting to come on the platform, then going to the marketplace. Mumbai is very, very fast. Pune, you can say somewhere midway. Yes, we are. And then again, small cities, there is a little reluctance. But
right.
yes, they want to, but they're not coming ahead.
Right. And I think we when we are growing as a nation, we will have to be working with urban contexts and otherwise, and tier 1, 2, 3 cities where digital has reached, technology has reached, and I'm sure that their products have all the capabilities, not just take on the markets of Pune and Mumbai, but take on international markets, right? And the capacity that we actually hold as the product quality, or various other characteristics of these businesses and services is great. And there is a huge potential, and it's amazing how a community built together, a group built together, is actually pushing each other to move forward in this direction, to become financially strong, and therefore I would say it's nation building. It's an act of becoming financially strong. So Simi, WWW is present in multiple cities and multiple states now.
Yeah.
So, what's your vision in terms of where do you want to reach in a couple of years, and what's the long-term vision of WWW?
Right now we are in Maharashtra, Delhi NCR. Then we have a small existence in South region. So, and global, we have a global chapter in Singapore. Again, there are basically Singapore Indians who are part of and doing small businesses. And I used to travel a lot to Singapore, so I started that. So my vision is to go pan-India, especially tier 2 cities. As you had mentioned, tier 1 cities, the metros, there's a lot of abundance is there. Though the mindset is open, but I feel since I run a community, the talent is very, very, there's huge talent in tier 2 cities. They really, if they want to do, they're really very honest in the approach. They really want to do, otherwise they will not get into it. And global is something I will not say we'll just jump into, but maybe, go into some, especially nearby countries where we can take women products globally. That's my vision. It's not about opening a chapter, it's taking our women products globally. So we are in conversation with some Chamber of Commerce people. And this happened before COVID, and now again we are in conversation. So they need to see the products, women who can do those kind of ventures and get into the global market. That is our vision.
Amazing. So, coming to the qualities that are required to reach that level, and I'm going to come to Rachana on this. Uh, I'm going to fast forward and say that it's 2022. Imagining 2030 as a point where we will be all in some different state than what we are today. We have covered 7 years. Another 7-8 years more, and WWW would be 15 years, right? So what are those characteristics that to overcome challenges, what are those characteristics that would be needed, say, in 2030?
I think the first thing you were talking about, people are scared of failure. It's good to be scared of failure because then you you try your level best not to fail. But the acceptability here should be there in the fact that it is going to make you only better. Why? Because if you don't fail, you'll never improve. If you keep on winning, you will feel that there is nothing for me to learn. So that is important, and the mindset is important. And there are two kind of entrepreneurs only in the world. One who follow their dream no matter what, they'll take one step every day, and the other ones who want to, but they, for whatever reason, they are not able to take that step. And this journey of being an entrepreneur is very lonely. But when it comes to a community like us, that's what we do. We take away that lonely feeling. We let you know that there are thousands of us like you who are having the same problem, same challenge. And if we become each other's strength, that's when we can grow. So I think the way I look at it in the next 5-10 years is those people in that category who are not scared of exploring and failing, and who are the ones who will take that one step every day which is required. Once in a leave those small, you know the ups and downs in between when you don't feel like doing, but how quickly you come back and then start to take that step towards your dream, because it's your vision only till the time you don't succeed. And the more you succeed, people start to get associated, and they feel that they are also along with you in their journey. So the second category, who is ready to take, learn from the failure and take the step every day, is the ones I see that some of them are already, have already reached international markets. And I see the presence within the tier 2 is good, because like Simi said, there is a lot of talent. I think it's about getting, over with the fear of how do I move ahead and move. And I think this is where I will call out, an organization like deAsra. When you guys came in and you said how you're going to help us, we are also few people with limited knowledge and expertise. And that's where we need people like you, organizations like you come with special knowledge and expertise, because that's where you will fill the gap and help our people to get a little more push to, move where our vision wants it to be.
Absolutely. And we have experienced during COVID early than that, and now also, that finance has been one of the most critical areas where, managing the cash flows, having enough cash flow to be able to survive for long years, right? And then grow, because our entrepreneurship is like, unless you grow, you're not surviving. And you have to keep growing, you have to keep it ticking. So finance is one of the areas, and digital marketing, and reaching the markets have are the other two areas.
That's
So
the biggest
which,
scare they have. Digital marketing
yeah,
is the biggest scare.
With women, we would say it's a scare. They just say, "Hame nahi aata," digital nahi ja sakte.
right.
So that's a fear. And but we have a 60-year-old who is like following us, and she started with a phrase that I won't be able to do, but she does it very beautifully. She understands. So it's all in here, the mindset.
Yeah,
What I would like to add is that COVID has changed this mindset. And we used to have a lot of struggle before COVID. They would say point blank, as Rachna said, no, we cannot go online. The e-commerce portal, we cannot manage it. Though we told them that we'll be managing, we'll be hand holding, but still. But after COVID, happened, the opportunity, fortunately or unfortunately, let's see, from the challenges, we should always take opportunities. COVID has changed the mindset with now every week we are adding one new vendor onto the, onto our marketplace. They
great.
come on their own. They say someone has told us this is a nice place to list my products. So that's the change, which is, I feel very, positive about and much required. Yeah.
Absolutely. Amazing. So, with deAsra's approach to the journey, on one side, compliance being a regular requirement for everybody, say, may it be income tax, may it be any rules that you have to follow, which has a cycle, right? Whereas marketing has a growth related graph that you are building it up. Building a team also has a growth related graph. So, in the journey, how deAsra supports is basically that, we have knowledge resources, service partners, experts, and the ecosystem players like NBFCs and banks that also are ready to fund. So, interesting part is we don't fund businesses. deAsra doesn't fund businesses, but deAsra equips you to get fund, get loans. And in a small business of somewhere less than a crore of turnover, you would find that it's more of loans and more of capital that the business needs on a constant basis than investor funding. So it's banks and NBFCs, and we have been successful in reaching out to many entrepreneurs, and we declared those numbers during the Entrepreneur Excellence Awards, how NBFC Grow More helped in reaching out to entrepreneurs, and we could help hundreds of entrepreneurs with loans. So small size loans rather than big ticket ones. Where now banks, as we are interacting with cooperative banks, also we have realized that they are also now approaching these small loans to support these kinds of businesses, and it's a very welcoming gesture from cooperative banks and nationalized banks and everybody. So funding agencies are also now have become much more supportive. The government schemes, so certain programs that we ran recently, we have explored and actually shared with entrepreneur communities about so many government schemes that are actually giving out loan, right? So all of these things are helping entrepreneurs grow. uh, we are coming towards the closure of the session, but Simi, it's going to be interesting how the Asra Foundation and WWW can work together and empower more and more number of entrepreneurs across India and otherwise. And digital transformation has really given us the opportunity to go really global
Yeah.
this time, right? So it was fantastic talking to all of you. Aarti, I'm going to ask one question to you. In Pune PCMC, what do you think we should do hands-on? Okay, in next 3 to 6 months, I'm going to go from 2030 to a very short period of time. What are the most important needs that you see that entrepreneurs have, and how deAsra can be helpful over there? So Simi, Aarti, Rachna, all of you, and how can we actually take this forward?
I think conducting small exhibitions like you have just started, that is going to really help. Basically, women are scared to invest, and if there is a big cost, they step back. So as I just got to know that last week y'all had an exhibition on a very minimum a cost. So that way, if we can arrange for them, and of course have networking, more networking meets, we can have more advertise, like we are also going for networking meets only at this stage. So we would like to invite more women members from PCMC also. If and actually, to tell you, I was going to interrupt earlier also. Pune is the best for networking, what I have seen. Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, in all these cities, I have seen that Pune has always been welcoming to all these networking meets. So if we have such kind of networking meet, and especially when Simi is going to come, it's the whole scenario changes, and everyone wants to come for the meet, and they really sit together, discuss, exchange of lot of thoughts. And it's really nice in Pune when we conduct the networking meets. So the same, we have never reached out to PCMC. We could reach out there with your help. Maybe we can go together, we can have some collaboration with networking meets also. And exhibitions is the best way I think we can go ahead.
Great. Thanks,
I
Aarti,
would
for
like
that. And
to
yeah, Simi,
add
yes.
that my launch, I did a pre-launch, so I've always worked in departments where there's a first market survey is done and then you launch it. So I did my pre-launch in Pune before I launched Mumbai, and it was amazing. So though we talk of people are analyzing, but my first meet, there were 20 women and someone traveled from Belgaum. There were 2 women who traveled by train to Belgaum. And I was feeling that gave me the kickoff that the concept, which was rejected by my people who I proposed, there are women who are actually, so that was the need of the hour at that time. So Pune is very responsive. We always have very successful networking meets in Pune.
Yeah, we've always got a positive reactions from our for networking in Pune. It's always positive.
Amazing. Great to know. So, here we have so many things to be accomplished together, and, network, between the organizations is, I'm going to say that it's going to be surely a multiplication kind of an effect that we will reach out to. So great. Simi, thanks. Rachna, Aarti, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts about challenges as well as where women get stuck, and even with the solutions, with what women should be doing in these situations, and also sharing the success stories where uh, you know WWW entrepreneurs have actually come out and now they're selling on the online platforms. So Simi, really looking forward for many more activities together, and the Asra Foundation will always be there as companion with WWW. So anything you would like to share, Simi, while we are closing, a message to all our entrepreneurs who are watching on the deAsra's page, as well as as well as the www page.
Yeah. So I just my last closing line for all the people who are watching and doubting, because a lot of people, as I say, women, even men, when you think of it, being an entrepreneur, I talk of three C's to make you a successful to start with. Then it comes. Rachna has covered in the elaborate way. So you should always have that courage to talk to someone. Till you have the courage to talk and come out and say that I want to do this, you'll not be able to do this. Second is being continuously committed, so if what you have come up with, be committed to it, just don't find excuses, don't find ki ye hota nahi hai, chalta nahi hai, usne response nahi diya. You should have a confidence in what you are doing. I am a true example where I said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it happen. And so stay committed to your idea and consistent. So it's not, you have to do it day in and day out, morning, evening. There is no holiday. We don't take Sunday off. There is no Saturday, time given. So I work all days. So that's the level of consistency required to be a successful business person. Success is anyway defined personally. So what your definition is, you'll be able to achieve that. So that's my last word to everyone who are, I think they're youth, there are a lot of young entrepreneurs watching us. So for them, yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Simi. Thanks, Aarti, and thanks, Rachana. So here we come to towards the end of the first partner spotlight. And thank you, WWW, for being with us and looking forward for many more activities together. Thanks a lot. Have a great evening ahead.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
and thank you for having us over here,
Thank you.
and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. And all the best. And
All the best.
we look forward to all the gaps which we have. I feel deAsra is filling it up. So we look forward to a long association. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.